Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to Uproot Talks. For those of you who are new to this channel, thank you for tuning in. My name is Maria Saab. I'm a nutritionist, personal trainer with a background in psychology. In today's episode, we are going to introduce you to healthy, affordable, and easy to prepare recipes that you can prepare anytime and anywhere. I said we because we have a very special guest in our episode today, Tina Zakhem, a health coach, culinary wellness professional, yogi, and a very dear friend of mine. And as you realized, Uproot is talking from a new destination, Tina's Kitchen. So let's welcome her and get started.
Hi, Maria. Thank you so much for having me with
Hi,
you
Tina.
today.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Can you tell us more about yourself, what you do, and why you do what you do?
Thank you. Okay, so around 2 years ago, I decided to pursue a certification in health coaching. And what made it different than any other thing I've done before is that it focused a lot on holistic health. And by that, we mean that food is important when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, but there are also so many other things that we don't really think about, but are also as important and even more sometimes. So these things include our physical activity, our career, our relationship, our home environment, the people we surround ourselves with. All of
Definitely.
these, if they're not good enough, if we're in a toxic relationship, if we're in a career that doesn't really bring out the best of us, we're not really that healthy. So this is why I decided to pursue that certification. And even more to add to it, something that I really love is actually cooking. So recently I finished my Culinary Wellness Professional certification, which focuses a lot on plant-based foods, around 90%. And we also focused, and I learned a lot about the benefits of so many of these foods, and to help my clients to learn about the quality of these foods and how they can help them in certain situations.
Wow,
So
that's great.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing this with us, and we would be hoping that you add in these information that you learned in our channel today. And so, what do we have prepared for today?
So for today, we're gonna be preparing a breakfast, something that I love, an
Okay.
oatmeal, and then
I love that as well.
exactly right, and then a lunch, and then a little snack. So
Okay.
for our breakfast, as I said, it's gonna be a berry beetroot oatmeal. So here we have some steel-cut oats, some buckwheat, almond butter, of course blackberries that I just picked up from my garden, some shredded beetroot, cinnamon, and some salt. So we're gonna start by taking the water and the salt. So here we have 1 cup of water because we're gonna be using a 1/4 cup of buckwheat and a 1/4 cup of steel-cut oats.
Meanwhile, Tina, I'm going to start preparing the first snack. Apple rings topped with almond butter, cranberry, cocoa nibs, and granola.
Something that I really love about holistic health coaching is helping the client understand that they have the power to heal themselves by themselves.
Definitely.
So it's not always me who's doing the job, they're doing the job as well.
Of course, of course. And this is also part actually of the consultations at a dietitian. A dietitian should take into consideration
Definitely.
all of the factors that play in the eating habits of their clients. They should take into consideration the psychological, the social, the environmental, and even the physical factors that can play, because you can take it on yourself if you're going to, if you realize that you're eating a lot of sugar and then you reflect on that. Why am I craving more sugar? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I stressed? Am I, so all
It's
of
all
these
related.
factors, exactly, yeah.
So as Maria is preparing this delicious snack, I'm gonna start with the oatmeal. So here we have some steel-cut oats. I love steel-cut oats much better than the rolled oats, actually because they've been cut in a steel mill, and so they retain a lot of all of their fibers actually and their protein, making them higher in protein and fiber than the rolled oats.
Actually, oats are very filling. They fill me out
Exactly.
for a long time.
Definitely.
If you have a long day, having the oatmeal for breakfast just fills you up for the entire day, actually.
Definitely. So when it comes to oats, I think both of them are excellent. It depends on you, the texture, and what you're looking for. And some buckwheat. I love the crunch of buckwheat, and it's very high in protein as well. So let's go. Ooh, the water is boiling. So usually on a package of steel cut oats, you might wanna read it a bit. It's gonna probably tell you cook it for around 7 minutes. I like to leave it a bit more to give it a creamier texture. You can also cook it with nut milk or coconut milk, whatever you want. But I really like keeping the flavor neutral because here we're gonna be adding some antioxidant-rich blackberries and the beetroot, which is gonna give them all the flavor that we need. So we're gonna leave them in. Now around, 7 minutes in, we're gonna be adding the blackberries as well as the shredded beetroot, as well as some cinnamon. And then we let them cook for another 5 to 6 minutes and add in the almond butter. And then they'll be almost ready. We can leave them to set in for like 2 minutes so they're not, very hot. And then we can serve.
I actually finished preparing the apple rings. As you
Ooh.
can see here, we did 3 kinds of toppings. We had one which had cinnamon on it with cocoa nibs. Another one which had also cinnamon on it. One has and one doesn't have. Cranberry with coconut flakes. And then the last one has a little bit of granola. These granola contain pumpkin seeds, almonds, roasted oats, and a little bit of spices. I think it has cinnamon already. Yep, so our first snack is ready to go.
Super easy.
While we're waiting on our breakfast. Before moving on, we still have one snack and we have to prepare the lunch, which is something that is very exciting. And I personally have never tried it before.
Really?
So I'm really excited to see how we're going to do it and how it's going to taste.
Tastes
of course.
amazing. I love it.
So what do we... that's
Smells
very
good.
good.
Okay, so we're gonna serve now. I think, I can do one, you can do one as well.
You put the toppings that you like and I'll put the toppings that I like. I love the color.
Right?
It's super nice.
Okay.
There you go. Healthy, affordable, easy, and fast. And actually very, very filling. And
Yeah,
super nutritious. If you look at these ingredients, every single one of these ingredients brings in different nutrients and different nutritious content, actually.
Definitely. Actually, I recently read that there was a study in Italy that all blue pigmented berries, or like foods in general, but specifically blackberry and blueberry, in order to really absorb their antioxidant better, like 15% more than usual, you could pair them with some healthy fats. So here is when the almond butter is perfect with them.
Healthy fats, also known as, or primarily as unsaturated fats, which include almond butter, almonds, peanut butter, cashews, pistachios, and all of these other nuts that our body actually needs in order to perform its proper functions. So
And they're also delicious. So
yeah,
that's a
super,
plus.
super delicious. You could add them on anything. So that's our breakfast. These are our oatmeal plates or bowls for today. So after preparing the breakfast and the snack, we have a lunch prepared for today. Can you tell us more about that, Tina, please?
All right, so this lunch is actually a lunch appetizer, but if we add one ingredient to it, which is quinoa, we can actually make it a very filling lunch.
But today, I don't think we're including quinoa in the recipe.
Not really, but we can add it later on.
Okay, so let's start. I'm going to watch you carefully because while you're doing the sauce, I'm going to be doing the second one, so I'll see how much I mess up. Not if I'm surely gonna mess up.
All right, so I'm gonna start by explaining what the appetizer is. It's actually called summer rolls. It's super easy, super delicious, and you can customize it the way you want. I'm gonna be giving you some options and talking about other ones along the way. So for them, we're gonna need some rice paper rolls. You can find those at any supermarket where you would find, everything from the nori sheets to ginger to soy sauce, everything that you might need for,
A Chinese dish, maybe,
exactly.
or a Japanese
You'll
dish.
find those as well. So as you can see, they're actually quite thick. So to make them easier to roll, we're gonna dip them in water around 20 to 30 seconds, depends on how much it's gonna need to soften up.
We previously boiled the water and poured it into
Yes.
this
It's
plate.
slightly warm right now, so it's perfect. So we're gonna take this, gently dip it in. Keeping my hand in is actually crucial in order to feel if it's actually tender enough to remove it.
You have tissues here if you want as well.
Yeah, thank you. Gonna need some. Now we're gonna actually let the water cover all of it. I think it's ready. I'm gonna carefully.
Yeah, you see, when I'm gonna do that, it's gonna tear for sure.
You know, it takes practice, that's all.
Yeah.
Gonna lay it down here. I have to be a bit careful, but other than that, it's actually super easy.
I'm gonna be you guys, so I'm gonna be the person who tries it for the first time. Probably just.
Okay, some tissues will do.
So you're gonna see if it's gonna break with you or not, if you haven't tried it before, of course.
You can also use a towel. Okay.
All right, so we dipped it into warm water. We removed it, dabbed it a little to remove the water,
Yes.
the excess water, and then
And now we're gonna look at our fillings. So I love adding in some greens. Mint does amazing, especially with the sauce that we're gonna do. Some purple cabbage, super nutritious. I love it. Everything that's very colorful, that has this bluish purple tint to it, is actually super high in antioxidants. We have some cucumbers, some carrots, whoop, and mango and avocado. And something that I like to add personally is some nori sheets. So noris are very high in iodine since they're seaweed. And iodine is very important for thyroid health.
and they give that weird taste to it.
Exactly,
So
I love
it's
it.
not
I love the
plain.
kick that it actually gives.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add nori as well. So when we're gonna start adding in the ingredients, start with the bottom part of our roll. And then, you don't have to fill it completely. You can just fill a part of it, and then we're gonna roll them. So I'm gonna start with the purple cabbage. So we start by rolling it away from us. And since it's sort of, damp, so it's gonna darkly stick, as you can see. Then we tuck in the sides.
Gift wrap.
Exactly.
Yummy gift wrap.
Super easy. What I love about these rolls, because they are transparent, you can see actually what's
Yeah.
inside.
And the color it's so nice.
Exactly. And it's done.
Wow, that was easy.
So you can see some of the
Relatively.
nori, the carrots. We're gonna leave it aside. Maria's gonna do another one, and then we're gonna cut them, and then we're gonna move to the sauce.
Okay, so let's get to it. You get to it. I'm gonna figure my things out. So, what does the sauce have?
All right, for the sauce, it's actually a very special sauce. I'm a big fan of almond butter. So we're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of almond butter, some sesame oil, around 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of tamari sauce. Tamari sauce is actually very similar to soy sauce in taste, except that it doesn't have the gluten in it. And I try as much as I can to search for sugar-free tamari sauce. Some of them have added sugar to them. I don't think we're gonna need any because we're gonna be using some honey, which is much, much better, local honey. We also have some rice wine vinegar, some chili paste for the spicy kick, some ginger also to add in that spicy kick, and some sea salt. All right?
Yes. What you said. I'm super focused here.
Look at that. You're doing well so far.
Yeah.
All
Proud
right.
of myself.
Me too.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're gonna start with almond butter.
When I look at almond butter, I just want to take a spoon and start eating from it. I love it.
It's gonna be tricky. Don't overeat it.
Oh yeah, I know for sure, for sure. anything that has fat is high in calories, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have
Right.
it, but it means that we should have it in moderation.
Definitely, definitely. So here I'm just mixing things up.
You know, another quicker alternative to the oatmeal that we made for breakfast is just putting on oatmeal. It doesn't have to be cooked, just oats. And with the choice of milk, whether it's lactose free, whether it's skimmed milk, whether it's plant based milk or like almond milk or anything, and then what I usually do when I'm in a hurry, I just chop fresh fruits. I chop almonds on top of it. Sometimes I put a little bit of honey and cinnamon, and then I'm good to go. So
That's
that
it,
could
quick,
be
yeah.
a quicker. Is there anything that I should add?
No? The
That's
nori
it?
sheet.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Here we have almost ready, still mixing it up to get everything incorporated. Now I'm gonna actually. You can also add some water if you like it to be runnier, but I love this consistency as it is right now.
I just wanna roly.
Okay.
Look, Ma, I made it. You know, my mother is such a good cook. That's why I'm not really always allowed to go into the kitchen because she's always there doing stuff. But I love to cook and I love creating recipes and stuff. I used to do that when I was young,
It's so nice, right?
but she used to be away. But yay, that's perfect.
As long as we don't do the dishes, we're good.
Yeah. Actually, I don't mind doing the dishes, by the
Really?
way. Yeah. As long as I don't get to clean or mop the floor, I can do the dishes. I'm fine with the dishes.
All right, so
Okay.
as you can see, our sauce is ready. So what we're gonna do right now,
Should I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we could use the other ones. It's okay. Another. We got a free snack option.
definitely.
Actually, while doing that, what you can do as well is to cut whatever vegetables that you like, whether it is cucumbers or carrots, or it could be raw zucchini, it could be cauliflower. What else? What other choices do we have that we dip?
You know, I love cauliflower actually.
Yeah. But you know, I'm intolerant to cauliflower, so I would go probably for the other options. Where's the? Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
So this way, you also have another snack where you just dip the vegetable in the sauce and you try it. And this actually is a super healthy, super
Yum.
nutritious snack. I didn't try the sauce yet, actually. I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
So good.
I am going to go ahead. So you also got black sesame seeds
Yes.
that I think you're going to use for decoration.
Yes. Definitely.
So let's go. Yum, that is so good.
Right?
I wish I wasn't focusing on the paper and listening to the ingredients.
So in order to cut our rolls in a safe and pretty way, I'm gonna dip the knife in a bit of water. There's also really no specific way. I like to cut them in different directions.
You're always so artsy with your food and photography.
Thank you.
Yeah, your photography skills are pretty good. I don't think they know. She's actually doing interior architecture at university, so you could see all of the different talent. So artistic is something that's there for sure,
yeah.
but you're variating between buildings and food.
Exactly.
So
I'm taking the skills I learned there and applying them, but in a different
Yeah.
way when
Yeah,
it comes to
that's-
food and photography and styling and the food and all of that. So I think 2 per plate would be nice, So I'm gonna add some sesame. So pretty, right?
wow, this looks so good. That looks delicious. And that's it.
Now we can add in our sauce. You can add it to the side. You can add it on a small plate. You know, another alternative for people who might not want something that fancy would be just to put in some soy or tamari sauce on the side as well. So I think this gives it so much, you know, this amazing kick.
It's so good. It's so tasty. I'm definitely doing that at home for sure.
Here you go. And here you have it. Super easy, super tasty, super customizable. If you add in some quinoa, it would be super high in protein. You could add in some kale as well.
Some spinach
for
for a kick of vitamin C.
Yeah. You can add in some glass noodles as well if you like. I've seen it in some places.
That would be
That's
good, I
interesting as
think.
well.
You could just play with it.
Exactly.
Play off a taste. You can do one roll with the different ingredients, and then you just taste and see which one you like better.
Like you can also add
These are
red
actually
peppers.
These are actually great ideas for if you're having people over for dinner. These are very unique, you know. You don't always find them at dinners.
Exactly.
So that's pretty nice. And healthy options. Instead of putting crackers, you could just put these.
Definitely.
And the special part of it would be the sauce, which is
it's what makes it, you know, unique.
Yeah. So thank you. We're gonna move on now to the snack.
Yes.
So let's go.
Okay.
So after finishing up the oatmeal, the apple rings, the summer rolls, we now have our last snack for the day. One of my favorites actually, and now my mom is stuck to it. So what it is that we are gonna get dates, cut them in half, put in any nut butter that you like, whether it would be almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter, macadamia, anything that you like. You put it inside of the almond, and then you dip it in chocolate, you put it in the fridge, in the freezer, and you just have it. And even without the chocolate dipping, it is super, super good. It's super filling, and it actually, you know, every time I used to finish lunch, I had to have chocolate. I have a sweet tooth, and I just have to have chocolate after lunch, and that was when I used to overindulge in sweets. But this one just satisfies me. If I have one or two, then I'm done. It's very filling. It satisfies the sweet tooth, and it's very nutritious. So let's get to it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing the
chocolate sauce.
the chocolate dip.
So for chocolate, you can either melt in some dark chocolate or do your very own vegan dark chocolate. So for that, we're gonna need 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil, which I've already melted. 4 tablespoons of cacao powder, which we have in here. We need 2 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, whatever you want. If you're making it purely vegan, it's gonna be maple syrup. Pinch of salt, and if you wanna add in, you can also put a dash of vanilla. So. What's really cool about those is that, you know, any remaining chocolate sauce can be freezed, and you know, you'd have some chocolate bars which you can add with anything from, you know, buckwheat for a crunch, or some coconut flakes, some cranberries, goji berries, whatever you like.
I love this actually. It's very practical.
Exactly. And if you want it as it is, if you want it as melted chocolate for another time, you can just, you know, put it into the mold, and, you know, later whenever you want to take it out of the freezer, you melt it and you can use it again.
Yeah. So what I did here is that I cut the dates in half, and now I'm going to be filling them up with almond butter or peanut butter. How you know that the difference between natural and unsweetened nut butters and the ones that are not is you can see how liquidy that the natural nut butters are, while the other ones are actually harder, and most of the ones that are found in supermarkets, the ones that are sweetened, have a lot of added sugar, and
oil.
Sometimes
Hydrogenated oil.
not just exactly palm oil. Palm oil is one of the worst oils that you can use, or that you can have actually, because it contains saturated fats. Vegetable oil is unsaturated fat, which is the good kind of fat. So next up, we're gonna dip the dates in chocolate.
Yep.
Is it thick enough?
Yes. Not bad. What you can also do is put them in the fridge for like 30 minutes, have them tighten up, and then dip them.
Yeah, I think that would be the better choice.
All right.
I'm gonna see how much that works. Just for the stability. Of course, when they cool, the chocolate hardens on the date, and then it wouldn't be dripping
Definitely.
anymore. If you wanna
Yeah, you can add in some
continue,
crushed pistachio. I love it for the color.
and even for the aesthetics. Look at that one;
Yeah.
it looks pretty, the one with
Yeah.
the pistachios. I'm gonna just dip it a little bit more because, yep, that's it.
Okay.
So pretty. I'm gonna move to the other side so that you can work on the toppings. Super quick, super easy. We could put them in the fridge so that the chocolate can harden on them, and then we can try them out. So while we're waiting for the dates to cool off, we are going to show you a little bit what we meant by the cubes and how you could do them. So that's another extra snack.
Yeah.
That's 3 or 4 now.
Our third one. Okay, so super easy.
How long does it take to freeze?
Not
the-
much, you know, maximum 30 minutes, and
And they'd be freeze?
They'd be good.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay, off they go.
So we're gonna have to wait for those to cool as well, and we're gonna try the other ones. Thank you so much, Tina, for your time and for being here with us today and for all of these delicious, delicious recipes. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us as well. It was a pleasure having you on our channel and in this episode, and hopefully to see you in future episodes as well.
Definitely, definitely.
That's great. That's great. How can people reach out to you? Where can they see you? Where can they find you? If anyone wants to ask a question or they want to follow you, interested in your work, can you tell us a little bit more about your social platforms?
Yes. So basically, people reach out the most through Instagram on Balance with Tina. And it's where I share most of my recipes. So I
Okay.
love to share recipes and even some tips every now and then. And currently working on starting to coach online rather than just in person as well. So the details will be on Instagram as well whenever that's ready. And yeah, that's it. Mainly, they can also send me an email. Everything is found on my Instagram.
That's great. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add or would like to say?
Honestly, I think getting into the kitchen is one of the most powerful things we can do to change our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Personally, I used to be afraid of, cutting my hand and all of that. But what one should learn really is that it's okay to make mistakes, especially at first, and that it's from these mistakes that we're gonna learn, and not to be afraid to experiment. Really, because Mother Nature gives us so many things, especially in the plant-based world. We can get so creative, and
The more you do it, the more you're likely to enjoy eating it.
Yes,
Because you know
definitely.
how much effort and heart you put in a
exactly,
dish.
exactly. Especially, and if you want to give your friends as well, they'd appreciate so much that you did it by yourself.
Exactly, exactly. So thank you so much. And with that, we conclude our show. Have a wonderful day, all my love.